If this thing works, we're going to jump about 10 years into the future of higher education. Because right now, most institutions feel like they're stuck in about 1985. Higher education today feels a little bit like that moment in Back to the Future, when Doc Brown rolls out the DeLorean for the very first time. He opens the door and he tells Marty, "Watch this." And everybody who's watching the movie knows something really interesting and big is about to happen, but nobody is entirely sure what happens next. And I really see that's where higher education is right now. You've got artificial intelligence arriving fast, and you've got these demographic shifts that are changing the very definition of who a student even is. And then you've got these institutions that are under growing pressure to prove the value of education in this rapidly changing economy. But for many universities, the challenge isn't the future, but simply how to get there. Hi everyone, my name is Jason Lacy, and I work with universities and ed tech companies and education leaders on AI adoption and digital transformation, really across the entire education ecosystem. At Robots and Pencils, we spend a lot of time helping institutions and organizations. We're moving from AI experimentation to actually implementing systems that work in the real world. One of the things I've learned from this work is this: the biggest barriers to transformation in education usually aren't about the technology at all, right? They're about the systems and about the governance and about how institutions actually execute change. So I thought it might be useful to explore the future of education through a very simple thought experiment. What if we could jump in that DeLorean, right? Assuming we can get the door open, and look at higher education 10 years from today. What would universities look like? How will AI reshape teaching and advising and operations? And will the four-year degree still sit at the center of that system? What happens when lifelong learning becomes the real model for higher education? In this series, I'll share some short insights, but only about 88 seconds each, on what the future of education might look like and what leaders should be thinking about today. Some episodes will explore why AI adoption is harder than you might think. Some will look at how demographics and lifelong learning are really reshaping that education model. And others will focus on what it actually takes for institutions to modernize their systems and infrastructure. Because the future of higher education is not science fiction, but getting there might require it to hit right about 88 miles per hour. Welcome to Back to the Future of Education.